Welcome to Top 10 According to AI, the YouTube channel where we use cutting-edge artificial intelligence technology to bring you the best of the best in various fields of interest. Today, we're bringing you the top 10 Stoic rules to live by, curated and analyzed by our advanced AI algorithms. Drawing from the works of famous Stoic philosophers such as Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, our AI system has analyzed and ranked these 10 principles based on their impact on one's life and the level of adherence to Stoic philosophy. The ancient Stoics believed in the importance of self-control, wisdom, and living in harmony with nature, and these principles are as relevant today as they were centuries ago. So, sit back, relax, and hit the like button like a Greek mason hits the marble, as we dive into the top 10 Stoic rules to live by, as determined by our cutting-edge AI technology. Starting off at number 10, remember that everything is impermanent. The Stoics believed that everything in life is impermanent and subject to change. This principle is closely related to the concept of amor fati, or the love of fate, which means accepting and embracing all that happens in life, even the difficult or painful experiences. By recognizing the impermanence of all things, we can cultivate a sense of detachment and learn to appreciate the present moment. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about the impermanence of life in his letters to his friend Lucilius. In one of his letters, he wrote, "Nature has ordained that everything should be in a constant state of flux. Everything is fleeting and transitory. Everything is in a state of motion, and nothing is stationary." Stoic rule number 9, live a simple and modest life. The Stoics believed that living a simple and modest life is essential for happiness and inner peace. This principle emphasizes the importance of focusing on the things that truly matter in life, such as our relationships, our health, and our character, rather than being overly concerned with material possessions or external success. Seneca, a famous Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about the importance of living a simple and modest life in his letters to his friend Lucilius. In one of his letters, he wrote, "It is not that we have a short space of time, but that we waste much of it. Life is long enough, and it has been given in sufficiently generous measure to allow the accomplishment of the very greatest things if the whole of it is well invested. But when it is squandered in luxury and carelessness, when it is devoted to no good end, forced at last by the ultimate necessity, we perceive that it has passed away before we were aware that it was passing." Number 8, focusing on what is in your control. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is in your control is centered around the idea of directing our attention and efforts towards the things that we have the power to change, rather than wasting time and energy on things that are outside of our control. This principle is key to achieving inner peace and happiness in life, as it helps us avoid becoming overly preoccupied with external circumstances or the opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wrote extensively about this principle in his Meditations. In one passage, he wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Number 7, treat others with kindness and compassion. The Stoics believed that treating others with kindness and compassion is a crucial component of living a virtuous life. This principle is closely tied to the Stoic notion of philanthropia, or the love of humanity, which emphasizes the importance of caring for others and treating them with empathy and respect. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of treating others with kindness and compassion in his letters to his friend Lucilius. In one of his letters, he wrote, "Kindness gives birth to kindness. It is not given back to me by the person to whom I was kind, but it is returned by one whom I myself never assisted." Number 6, practice resilience. The Stoic principle of practicing resilience emphasizes the importance of being able to withstand difficult circumstances and bounce back from adversity. This principle is closely tied to the Stoic notion of apatheia, or freedom from passion, which encourages us to cultivate emotional equanimity and to avoid being swayed by strong emotions or external circumstances. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of practicing resilience in his Enchiridion, a manual of Stoic ethical advice. In one passage, he wrote, "Difficulties are things that show what men are. Therefore, when a difficulty falls upon you, remember that God, like a trainer of wrestlers, has matched you with a tough and stalwart antagonist." Number 5, be mindful of the present moment. The Stoics emphasized the importance of being mindful of the present moment and fully engaging with the here and now. This principle is closely tied to the Stoic notion of nunc fluens, or the flowing present, which emphasizes the idea that the present moment is constantly changing and that we should be fully present and engaged with it. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wrote extensively about the importance of being mindful of the present moment in his meditations. In one passage, he wrote, "Be content to seem what you really are. Avoid pretense, self-deception, and the vanity that comes from over-attachment to material things. Be fully present and attentive to the current moment." Number 4. Practice humility. The Stoic principle of practicing humility emphasizes the importance of recognizing our own limitations and avoiding excessive pride or arrogance. This principle is closely tied to the Stoic notion of epimeleia hotu, or self-care, which encourages us to take care of ourselves and avoid becoming too attached to external success or recognition. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of practicing humility in his discourses. In one passage, he wrote, "Keep your attention focused entirely on what is truly your own concern, and be clear that what belongs to others is their business and none of yours." Number 3. Practice self-discipline. The Stoic principle of practicing self-discipline emphasizes the importance of exercising self-control in our thoughts, emotions, and actions. This principle is closely tied to the Stoic notion of prohairesis, or the faculty of choice, which emphasizes the idea that we have control over our thoughts and actions, even when external circumstances may be beyond our control. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of practicing self-discipline in his discourses. In one passage, he wrote, "No man is free who is not a master of himself." This quote highlights the idea that practicing self-discipline is essential for achieving true freedom and autonomy in life. Number 2. Cultivate wisdom. The Stoic principle of cultivating wisdom emphasizes the importance of developing a deep understanding of ourselves, others, and the world around us. This principle is closely tied to the Stoic notion of sophia, or wisdom, which emphasizes the idea that true knowledge and understanding comes from a combination of reason, experience, and insight. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of cultivating wisdom in his letters to his friend Lucilius. In one passage, he wrote, "The happy life is the result of our wisdom, not our external circumstances." Number 1. Live in accordance with nature. The Stoic principle of living in accordance with nature emphasizes the importance of aligning our thoughts, actions, and values with the natural world and the laws of the universe. This principle is closely tied to the Stoic notion of logos, or the natural order of the universe, which emphasizes the idea that all things are interconnected and interdependent. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, wrote extensively about the principle of living in accordance with nature in his meditations. In one passage, he wrote, "Adapt yourself to the things among which your lot has been cast and love sincerely the fellow creatures with whom destiny has ordained that you shall live." And that's a wrap on our top 10 Stoic rules to live by, according to AI. From focusing on what is within our control, to living in accordance with nature and cultivating wisdom, these principles are timeless and can be applied to our modern lives to help us find inner peace, happiness, and resilience. So, if you're looking for a blueprint for living a fulfilling and virtuous life, take a page from the Stoics and start practicing these 10 principles today. And don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more insights and information on philosophy, ethics, and beyond. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the